But once Canelo assimilates the speed and assimilates the movement, and Crawford's going to be a lot slower because of the weight also. Yeah. Once he does that, I think it'll be a sparring session for Canelo, as it is in most of his last 4 or 5 fights. After the 5th or 6th round, it seems like it's a sparring session. He's doing whatever he wants.
The highly anticipated showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is fast approaching, and the boxing world is buzzing with predictions and opinions. One of the most talked about takes comes from none other than legendary coach Abel Sanchez. In a bold statement, Sanchez didn't hold back, giving his take on the matchup. He acknowledges Crawford's incredible speed, calling it his biggest advantage going into the fight. But here's where it gets interesting. Sanchez believes that Crawford won't be able to maintain that lightning-fast pace throughout the entire fight, especially with the weight he'll be carrying. According to him, if Canelo can bring the heat from the opening bell and keep up the pressure through the 7th round, he'll be able to dominate Crawford, doing whatever he wants with him in the later rounds.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to benefit him. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he weighs fight night. If the reports that I've read, he's up at 180 pounds, 190 pounds. So if he down to 168, I think it'll be too much. I thought that maybe 160, 158 maybe was the best form. But if he's comes in at 168 or 170 pounds by fight night, 175, I think it'll be too much. I think he'll be slower. Yeah. He's not going to punch any harder just because he got the weight.
Abel Sanchez didn't stop there. He doubled down on his concerns about the weight class, emphasizing just how challenging it will be for Crawford to handle the increased weight. Sanchez pointed out that moving up in weight so quickly brings with it a number of complications. One of the biggest risks, according to him, is the potential loss of punching power. He explained that when a fighter jumps to a heavier weight class, their body has to adjust, and often that can mean sacrificing some of the explosive force they had at a lighter weight. Sanchez firmly believes this could be a major disadvantage for Crawford, especially against someone as powerful as Canelo. With the added weight, Crawford might find it harder to generate the same kind of knockout power he's used to, which could make all the difference in the later rounds. On the other hand, Terence Crawford is determined to answer every opposing opinion in the ring. Terence Crawford isn't just in this fight to defend his legacy, he's in it to make history. He's aiming for a feat few have ever achieved, becoming a 3-weight class undisputed champion. Crawford's already proven he can dominate at 140 and 147 pounds, but now he's stepping up to take on the giant that is Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. It's a massive leap, but that's exactly why Crawford is so hungry for this challenge. He's always had an unrelenting drive to prove that no matter the obstacles, no matter the opponent, he's willing to rise to the occasion. And against Canelo, he knows the challenge is unlike anything he's faced before. But that's the point. Crawford wants to cement himself as the greatest of his generation.
Was to go up and become undisputed in 3 different weight classes.
There you go.
Wow.
Something that never been done before.
Right.
And it's greatness. Like I said, this is my era, and I'm taking it. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. I know I wanted to fight Jamel, but if he lose to Canelo, I always said, man, that's a big step. For a person to go up 3 weight classes from 147 to 168 and to win,
yeah,
and become undisputed, wow. What can they say? They can't say nothing right now, but what can they say?
Crawford's motivation goes deeper than just titles or records. It's about legacy. He's made it clear that what drives him is the chance to test himself against the very best. As he's risen through the ranks, his eyes have always been set on the greats, the fighters who define an era, and now that fighter is Canelo Alvarez. In a recent interview, Crawford revealed that Canelo's career has been a major source of inspiration for him. He's watched Canelo battle through some of the sport's biggest names and come out victorious time and time again. To Crawford, Canelo isn't just another fighter. He's the embodiment of the mega fight, the kind of matchup that fans talk about for decades. That's the challenge Crawford wants to take on.
Well, listen, I called Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. You know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era. And he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights, So this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
While Crawford is determined to prove himself against the best, Canelo Alvarez has a very different view of the matchup. Canelo, with his decades of experience and reign at the top of the sport, doesn't exactly see Crawford as the invincible force everyone else seems to think he is. In fact, he's been vocal about his belief that Crawford is simply another challenger in his long list of opponents, one who will try and ultimately fail.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me, I'm telling you.
I know Turkey is in your corner,
I promise you.
but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
Despite the tough competition ahead, Crawford has nothing but respect for Canelo. In a recent interview, he expressed how honored he is to share the ring with one of boxing's all-time greats. Crawford acknowledged that people have been questioning both his form and Canelo's, and he's ready to settle the score once and for all. With confidence, Crawford sent a clear message to Canelo saying, "See you soon." It's clear that while both fighters are preparing for a battle, there's mutual respect between them, and the anticipation for this fight is building to an all-time high.
Definitely honored to be in that situation and a position to share the ring with another great. You know, it's going to be a hell of a night come September 13th.
A lot of people criticised his performance against William Skull. Did you take more confidence from that fight?
A lot of people criticized my last performance, so, you know what I mean? We both need to step it up, I guess. That's why you got to watch the fight so you can see.
I'll get a message to Canelo.
See you soon.
The rivalry between Crawford and Canelo is heating up with every press conference. Canelo has taken shots at Crawford's movement, mocking him for moving too much in the ring. He even suggested that a smaller ring be used to limit Crawford's space, hoping to trap him and neutralize his agility. On the other hand, Crawford is not intimidated. He's made it clear that the only place he'll be moving is towards Canelo's head, and he's confident in his ability to land decisive punches. The verbal back and forth continues to escalate, adding fuel to an already intense build-up. Both fighters are locked in, and it's clear, when the bell rings, neither will back down.
Turkey, you need to put a small ring, the smaller ring in the.
The only, hey Matt. Yeah. The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
Crawford has made it clear that this fight will be different from anything Canelo has experienced before. He boldly declared that he's not like the other fighters Canelo has faced and dominated in the past. Crawford believes his style, his skill, and his mentality will prove to be a whole new challenge for the champion. With unwavering confidence, Crawford stated that things are going to get nasty for Canelo in the ring this time. He's ready to bring a level of intensity and precision that will test Canelo in ways he's never been tested before. "You're going to see," Crawford said, leaving no doubt that he's prepared to shock the boxing world and prove he's on another level.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
You know it.
We'll see.
We gonna
son.
see.
As the excitement around this fight continues to grow, pundits, legends, and contemporary fighters alike are weighing in with their predictions and insights. Roy Jones Jr., one of boxing's all-time greats, offered a cautious but optimistic take on Crawford's chances. He downplayed the significance of the weight difference, emphasizing that skill, not size, will ultimately determine the outcome. Jones stated, "I pay no attention to the weight issue. What I pay attention to is the skill level." He believes Crawford's versatility and hunger could pose a real challenge for Canelo, especially if Crawford can withstand Canelo's immense punching power. While Jones leans toward Crawford, he's careful to acknowledge the fight's competitive nature, knowing that Canelo's experience and strength make it a battle that could go either way.
Hungry Crawford, Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always tries to give them to us. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon.
Similarly, Alexander Usyk also voiced his support for Terence Crawford, stating that Crawford is the best boxer of this generation. Usyk didn't hold back, even admitting that he views Crawford as greater than himself in the sport. The recognition from Usyk, a world champion in his own right, speaks volumes about Crawford's skill and accomplishments in the ring. This endorsement only adds to the growing list of boxing legends praising Crawford's dominance, solidifying his place as one of the greatest fighters in the sport today. It's clear that Crawford's legacy is only continuing to grow.
Who's the best boxer, in your opinion, right now?
European.
No, world. Best fighter
World.
in the world, yeah.
I think it's Terence Crawford.
Many believe it's you. Many believe you're the best fighter.
No, I'm not
No?
the best fighter of the world. It's Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, number one, yeah?
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya has also weighed in on Crawford's chances, albeit with a more critical perspective. Without directly addressing the upcoming fight with Canelo, De La Hoya seemed to imply that Crawford's performance against Israel Madrimov at 154 pounds raised some concerns. He suggested that Crawford was exposed in that bout, particularly when facing a larger, awkward opponent like Madrimov. De La Hoya's comments hinted at a potential weakness in Crawford's game, the difficulty of handling fighters who use movement and unpredictable styles. He predicted that Canelo Alvarez is going to maul Crawford and throw him out of ring.
Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring!
David Benavidez has a different take on the matchup, expressing strong belief in Crawford's abilities. He stated that if anyone has a real shot at beating Canelo Alvarez coming down from a higher weight class, it's Crawford. Benavidez isn't shying away from the challenge Crawford faces, but he's confident that Crawford's skill, adaptability, and fight IQ could give him the edge over the Mexican champion. He even went so far as to say he wouldn't be at all surprised if Crawford pulls off the upset and walks away with the win. Benavidez believes Crawford's hunger and versatility are key factors that could throw Canelo off his game, suggesting that the fight is far from a foregone conclusion and could very well swing in Crawford's favor.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 160.
Manny Pacquiao weighed in with a more measured perspective, acknowledging that Canelo Alvarez has a distinct advantage due to his natural presence in the 168-pound weight class. Pacquiao, who has fought across multiple divisions himself, emphasized that while Crawford's skill is undeniable, moving up in weight presents unique challenges. He advised Crawford to maintain his speed, a key factor in his success, because it often becomes harder to sustain that speed when stepping up in weight.
Canelo Crawford coming up September. What do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford. Good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in the high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Dimitri Bivol weighed in favor of Terence Crawford ahead of his showdown with Canelo. According to Bivol, it's Crawford's mentality that sets him apart. Moving through multiple weight classes isn't just a physical challenge, it's a mental one, and Crawford has shown he's ready for it. Bivol believes this mental toughness, coupled with Crawford's relentless drive, gives him the upper hand in this monumental fight. Crawford has long called out Canelo, waiting for the moment to prove himself.
Yeah, it's for him how I saw him. Mentality, he's strong mentally, yeah? And he won this fight from the core, how I see, and it gives him credit with this mentality. maybe Smith, Callum Smith. And we saw the huge difference. I think it's not because of weight class, it's about mentality of
Mike Tyson has expressed his reservations about the matchup, particularly regarding the significant weight difference between Crawford and Canelo. Tyson, known for his blunt and often candid opinions, didn't shy away from voicing his concerns, stating that he didn't like the fight for one key reason: the disparity in weight classes. Tyson pointed out that the last opponent Crawford faced at a higher weight, Israel Madrimov, presented a tough challenge with his awkward style and size. He believes that facing someone as naturally bigger and more powerful as Canelo will only magnify those challenges for Crawford. According to Tyson, the size difference could be a major factor in how the fight plays out, and he fears it could make things even more difficult for Crawford.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky.
Andre Ward, the unbeaten legend, has weighed in with strong support for Crawford, offering one of the most glowing endorsements from a former champion. Ward, known for his incredible skill and strategic mindset in the ring, expressed unwavering confidence in Crawford's ability to handle the challenge. Ward declared that there hasn't been anyone he's seen who can break Crawford's will. He emphasized that Crawford's mental toughness, along with his versatility and ability to adjust to any style, gives him an edge over Canelo. Ward believes that Crawford's determination and resolve will be key factors in the fight, particularly against a fighter like Canelo who thrives on dictating the pace.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
As the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford draws near, the anticipation is palpable, with both sides offering compelling arguments. Abel Sanchez has raised important points about Crawford's ability to handle the added weight and maintain his speed and power against a fighter like Canelo, who has proven time and time again that he's a dominant force at 168 pounds. Crawford, however, is not one to back down from a challenge. His hunger to prove himself as one of the greatest of his generation, combined with his incredible skill, gives him a fighting chance to shock the world. With a stacked list of endorsements and critiques from legends like Roy Jones Jr., Alexander Usyk, and Andre Ward, it's clear that this fight will be a clash of not only physical prowess, but mental toughness. While Canelo enters with the advantage of size and experience at this weight, Crawford's versatility, hunger, and determination could make him a formidable opponent. At the end of the day, this fight is more than just about titles. It's about legacy, proving who truly reigns supreme in the sport. The question remains, can Crawford defy the odds and take down the giant, or will Canelo prove once again that he's the king of the division? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: when the bell rings, the world will be watching. So what do you think? Will Crawford's speed, skill, and determination be enough to overcome the size and power advantage that Canelo brings to the table? Can he handle the challenge of moving up in weight and maintain the same knockout power we've seen from him at lower weights? Or do you believe Canelo's experience and dominance at 168 pounds will be too much for Crawford to handle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your predictions and opinions on this epic showdown.